Hi you guys, it's Lisa. Thanks for joining me back at my channel today. We're doing a card creation and we're doing Rubbernecker Stamps. This one's called Summer Meadow. Here's the previous weeks that we've been doing. Quick little view there. And we'll get started right away for you. I know you guys are busy, so here we go. Just cleaning off that stamp, putting it on the acrylic blocks. And we're going to use 140-pound Canson watercolor today. Watercolor paper, excuse me. And I picked out some watercolor markers from my stash. And you can see here how I have them listed so I can see what colors are which. Some of them are some distress markers and the others are Stampin' Up. I will list all the colors in the description box below with links on where you can find the products. Just using the side of my brush there to color over the stamp, and these are some beautiful flowers. I really love Rubbernecker Stamps. I can't say it enough. Well, obviously I've been doing 7 weeks in a row here of different stamp sets, and putting a little water on there, pressing it down, and voila, look at that. Amazing! I'm going to do some on the other side of the paper here to give it kind of a meadow look for these summer meadow flowers. And I'm really happy with how these cards turned out. There we go. I'm using that rubber mat underneath my stamping. I seem to get a much better impression. Now I'm going to do some more of the blue. And the blue, I can just let you know, is called Ballet Blue from Stampin' Up. I love their watercolor markers and they last forever. I think it's one of the first things I've ever purchased when I got into doing my stamping. Placing it down, pressing it in real good, letting that ink go into the paper. And now I think I'm going to try and do another stamp, a second generation stamp there. And it worked beautifully. Setting those aside to dry, cleaning off my stamp, and I'm going to use some different colors. I'm going to use the yellow from Stampin' Up, which is Summer Sun, and then the distress marker from Tim Holtz, Rusty Hinge, to add a little variation there, give it a little summery feel. And you'll be really surprised the little thing I do at the end. I'm going to add some black embossing powder to the centers, and wow, does it make them pop. I hope everyone's summer's going well and winding down for the fall. Kids are back to school. Trees are changing color. I was up north this last weekend and they are really changing there. Just beautiful yellows and oranges and bright, bright reds. This is my favorite time of year right now, fall. I'm going to do a yellow flowered card, just like I did that blue one. Making it look like a meadow full of yellow and rust-colored flowers. Now when we add that black outline with our VersaFine ink and our clear embossing powder, heat set it with the embossing tool, these things are amazing. Make sure that your paint and your ink is dry before you put on your black. You don't want to smear this. You just want a nice, sharp, crisp image. Look at that. Putting that clear embossing powder on over the black, and I'm going to set them aside so I can mass produce these. Do all the black first, and then I'm going to come back with the clear embossing powder. That way I can do more things at once. Neat. Even over this small light one that doesn't have a lot of color, it's just beautiful. And the beautiful black over the yellow. I don't know which stamp set I liked the most. I guess when we finish our last one in the series next week, we'll have to have a little discussion in the comments to see which ones you liked the best. I think they just keep getting better and better. I think I made some really neat choices when I went shopping. I'm going to heat set off camera so I don't waste your time. Here they are. Look how beautiful. I put some together, but I'll make sure to show you the rest here. I cut this one out with the oval die. Then I cut a piece of pattern paper out with this other die by Spellbinders. Adhered them together, and that's a light green piece of paper, which I used my stitch rectangle on. And cut those out. Used my scissors. Cut around the flowers, and here we go. We'll put them together. Just using my tape runner, adhering it to the card base. Need a little trim there. Tape runner, putting it on my pattern paper, and I thought it was so beautiful. I wasn't going to pop it up, but there is the background I made for this card. It's the same as the one I used with the fall foliage, with the clouds and the distress ink. I will leave a link to that video below so you can see how to make that background. Here I'm using that black black embossing powder and an embossing pen by Wow. Adding in that powder to the centers of the flowers, using a brush just because I got a little on the sides there, and I'm going to heat it off camera. I'm going to do the other ones on the blue. Here is a little tool that gets the static away so your embossing powder won't stick, and I'll link that below. That really adds a great touch to the cards. There, look at, can you catch the shimmer there at all? I'm gonna put that one oval down with some double-sided tape. It's a little warped because of the water. So I'm gonna place it flat on the card. Like I was saying earlier, it's so beautiful, it didn't need any dimension. Sometimes I do my cards without any sentiments. I can add the sentiment later if I need to, or I can just leave them like that. You put the sentiment inside when you're sending it to someone special. Maybe write a little note. And then you don't need one on the outside all the time. Here I just put some foam adhesive on the back of this one and popped it up onto that cloud back. Look at these beauties. Now here, I didn't really like how that's stamped, so I was going to try and just cut it off and see what I could do with it. I think it turned out cool in the end, so I wanted to leave that little mistake in there for you so you can see mistakes are sometimes not a problem. Someone says, outstanding opportunity presenting itself. I think that's a good way of putting it, an oops. Put some pattern paper down, and I just put it over to the corner, hanging it off the right edge. Putting it on my card base. Didn't get it quite straight. There you go. Trimming off the edge. And I'm gonna pop that up also. And here's some scraps that I have in a bag that I keep. And it's just foam adhesive that has some adhesive on the back. Like fun foam. And I keep the scraps. And then I can just add them onto the back. Peel off the adhesive. And voila. Piece is nice and sturdy. There we go. Now on the yellow card with the flowers, I didn't really care for the squiggles I went around the edge. It's nice, but I didn't love it. So I thought I'd do straight lines and dots on this one. And I think I like that much better. I think I'll play around with this technique a little bit. Some beautiful cards that we have here. Look at them all. I'll have close-ups here at the end. Please leave comments, subscribe, and share with a friend. Next time we're going to do these autumn mums. It'll be great. We'll see you for that last of the Rubbernecker card series next Thursday. And Tuesday I have mixed media back for you. Enjoy. Have a great week.